Welcome to the Start Select podcast, where we talk about games and pretty much anything else. So today we got a whole list of topics. You got the Mortal Kombat movie, Overwatch 2, Ratchet and Clank, and the big topic today is going to be the Nintendo Direct that took place on Wednesday. So yeah, let's get started. And I'm here with Aidan.
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
That was an incredible intro, by the way. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very proud of me too.
Yeah. Which topic are we starting with? Which one did you say first?
Mortal Kombat trailer. We can just get this one out of it.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, I watched it like half an hour before we started this because I saw that you wanted to talk about it and I hadn't seen it yet. Yeah, it looked cool. I don't know.
They're really going all in with the gore.
Yeah, I know nothing about Mortal Kombat, so I guess it was cool to see the ice guy, and like a yellow guy. Yeah.
Those are your next Smash fighters, everyone. Ice guy and yellow guy.
Probably would have been more exciting than the Smash fighter we did get, but we'll get to that later. Yeah.
I don't know. What did you think about the story that they're setting up? It's like they've got a tournament of fighters, and they're destined because of some birthmark dragon, the dragon birthmark.
I think it could be cool. I mean, it's like a video game movie, so I hope they don't focus on the story and instead focus on like the cool combat. Yeah, I was kind of confused because I didn't know what was going on, honestly. But it looks all right. It could be mediocre. I think that could be.
Yeah, it could definitely be mediocre, but I think it sounds like a good fighting game story, you know?
Yeah.
Like you had this one guy, he doesn't want to be a fighter, but he has to be a fighter in there, so it seems like the other people are teaching him. I don't know.
Do you think it'll be better than the Sonic movie?
Sorry, but nothing can be better than the Sonic movie.
Oh, right. I forgot. It's the greatest movie.
Did you see it's on Amazon Prime today?
I did not. That's good, I guess. It's on Hulu too, right?
I think. I looked for it on Hulu. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
I don't know. But it's on Amazon Prime. I know that. Oh. I might watch it again.
I will not be watching it again. Maybe I will when the second one comes out, which is also another piece of news from earlier this month.
Oh yeah, we got this Sonic movie 2. Yeah. And the 2 is a Tails. Did you see that? That was.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was orange because they just really like the color orange. But nope, it's Tails.
And they gave Emerald Hill Zone, like the music, some love.
Oh, that's what that's from?
Music.
Emerald Hill Zone? I don't know what the Sonic music is from, but that's cool.
It's a good song. Sonic has pretty good music.
Which game is that from, Emerald Hill?
I think it's Sonic 2, right?
I guess, yeah, that would make sense if it was Sonic 2. But if it was Sonic 3, that'd be cool, because, like, they might do Knuckles in this one. But
they should just call the next Sonic movie Sonic 3 and Knuckles. They shouldn't even. Don't even call it Sonic 3. Just call it and Knuckles, and that's it.
Yeah, and Knuckles. I'm sure that would have been very funny, like 10 years ago.
Thank you.
Yeah. An incredible joke. You would have been a great meme creator in the 2010s.
Okay, I'm going to move on. I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2, we got some stuff during the BlizzCon online thing.
Yeah.
We got new designs for McCree, Pharaoh, Reaper, and Widowmaker, and then some new maps, Rome in New York.
So let's talk about the designs first, because I feel like we have less to say about that. Honestly, they've been showing the new designs for like a few months now. I don't like any of them. I like the old designs better.
Do you think it's just because they're pretty iconic, or?
That could be it. I think I'm just used to the old ones, but I don't know.
It's like you got to get, acquainted with these. I did see a lot of people on Twitter though complaining that they made McCree whiter. Yeah, it's on Twitter, so you know it's a real big deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, they
People-
did. Look at him.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like, who
He's
cares?
white now. I
Yeah.
don't know. People were like, "Why'd you make him so white? Is this a social statement? Is this about society?"
His hair color looks a lot brighter. Also, it used to be a much darker brown. I think. Looks like a light brown now.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
The new Farrah kind of looks weird. I don't know.
I agree with that. It's
Like the transparent visor makes it look like a toy.
yeah.
You know,
It looks
the old one
yeah.
was metal.
That's the problem. I was looking at this as like, why do I not like this? It looks like a toy. The old one looked like it like armor. This is a toy. That's why I didn't like it.
Reaper looks fine. Widowmaker
Yeah.
looks fine. Those two, I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
And then the
nothing
Mac.
to say.
Rome in New York.
Yeah.
Looks good.
That's pretty cool. The Rome is the one I'm more excited about. New York could be fine. It's just they already have a lot of like maps that are just cities. Like even they announced last year or maybe the year before that Overwatch 2 was also going to have Toronto. So like it's Toronto and New York. I feel like
I'm sure you're glad about that, aren't you?
yeah, I am very glad about that. It's just like very similar vibe there of like just a city with a lot of big buildings.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you know, New York is going to be something really special. You know, we don't think you've seen anything like it in any other game. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You know, did you know that video games have New York in them?
yeah,
Wow.
it's in every game. In the last game, they had a lot of maps that were like from not as well known places. I can't think of any examples, but I remember being like, where is this? Like,
I think I made up some places, right?
Yes, but like
Like,
the
is Numbani a real place? I don't think so.
I don't know. I know the junkyard thing is not a real place. I mean, I'm sure there are junkyards in Australia, but not like, you know, the
No, they all
city
burned up.
junk. Yeah,
Like, if Numbani is a real place and you live there, I'm very sorry.
yeah.
You shouldn't have lived in a place that sounds like it was fake.
Yeah, don't live in a city that sounds fake. That's a great, yeah.
New York looks kind of, I don't like it. Like,
Yeah,
it's the
I'm just-
same sort of generic, you know, New Yorky style. Like, they called it Art Deco. Like Luigi's Mansion reminds me of that.
It's weird.
You never want anything to remind you of the new Luigi's Mansion games.
Yeah. The Rome looks cool though. They have this Colosseum thing. I'm not sure if you can go inside that. It'd be cool if you could.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice, we didn't pay much attention to the BlizzCon stuff.
Yeah. I found out about this stuff again like an hour before. But yeah.
Okay, moving on from that,
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It got a cover reveal. It looks really good. I like the
Yes.
cover art here.
Looks good. I agree. Release date June 11th. I'm a little surprised by that because they said last year it was like a launch window release. And to me, launch window means like 3 months. But this is like 7, 8 months maybe.
Pretty concerning too. Like we were, you know, going into 2021, everyone was like, "Oh, you know, Sony has all these great big games coming out." People assumed, like, you know, Returnal got delayed as well.
Yeah.
People assumed Returnal and Ratchet and Clank would be coming earlier in the year, maybe Horizon in the summer. Like I thought Horizon was going to come this summer. Now
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
thinking, is it a holiday title? You know, God of War could have potentially been a holiday title. I think
Yeah.
they're definitely going to push that back.
I totally thought Horizon was like a spring title actually. I was before
Spring?
you. Yeah, I thought like June maybe. I thought they were
June
going to
is
go.
not spring. June is summer.
No, June is spring, or at least it's within the like. If you're splitting the year up into 3-month segments, it could be December, January, February, winter, March, April, May. Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, see that? Either way, you lose.
But summer doesn't start until June, which means part of June is spring. I think it's like June 20th, the day summer starts. So So
Whatever. I expected
Yeah.
Horizon to come out in summer, and I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah,
Pretty concerning.
I thought they were going to go all in on the first half of the year and then not have much in the second half, but the complete opposite happened. They have
I mean, it gives me a
nothing.
chance to play some more PS4 games. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have a PS5 anyway, so this affects me in no way. But it's interesting.
Okay, so the big, sort of big deal topic there is today is about the Nintendo Direct on Wednesday. Actually, before that, I kind of want to ask about something. Did you hear that rumor that Konami was going around asking developers if they wanted to sort of reboot Silent Hill?
Yeah, I
Some
saw
people were
that.
talking about they approached Bloober Team, which recently did the Medium. I
Yeah,
was like, well, they could do it, but I always, until recently, I didn't really know much about Bloober Team, but they worked on, I think, Blair Witch as well. And I associate them with Xbox and Microsoft. And I associate Silent Hill with PlayStation and Sony. So it just doesn't seem like a good fit.
is Silent Hill made by Kojima, the Metal Gear Solid guy?
Yeah, I think
That
it
him?
used to be before they had their little breakup.
Yeah. So ideally, they would ask him to do it, but that's not going to happen.
Come on, they're not doing that.
Yeah,
They're not
They
going
don't-
to talk to Kojima.
probably go to Sony or another Japanese developer like Capcom, maybe.
Possibly. Okay,
Capcom would make sense because they do Resident Evil, and I don't know anything about Silent Hill or Resident Evil. But
this
it
whole
seems-
thing is just, I don't know anything about this, but
Yeah,
this could happen.
I know nothing about anything. Well, I knew a bit about the Overwatch stuff, I guess. So, see, I'm smart.
So, okay.
Is that all we have
Moving
to
on
say
to the-
about Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, big topic.
Big
You
topic.
introduce it. You introduce it.
Okay, Nintendo Direct. It was on Wednesday.
Yes.
A lot of people freaked out about it, before and announced
Yeah.
it. People were like, wow.
Yeah.
Some context here. First Direct in like over 500 days.
Yeah.
We don't know much about their 2021.
hmm
So there was a ton of hype going into this. Like, wow, Mario
gonna
Odyssey
be-
2, Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2. All
There's
this
gonna
stuff
be-
that could have gotten announced.
It's going to be 50 minutes. That's what they told us also. So that was another big thing people were excited for.
Yeah.
Like extra long. Yeah.
So,
So overall, kind of a divisive one overall.
yeah, so what did they show off?
They opened with the Smash reveal of another anime sword fighter. It's Pyra and another character. Do you remember who it
Mithra.
is?
Yeah.
Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm not a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles because, again, I don't know what it is. And also, it's another anime sword fighter, which is disappointing.
I think it could be cool because you had a whole switch between them and they have different move sets.
Yeah, but it seems like, how are they different though? Isn't it just the same character, but you swap between them? Like they both have a sword and like, right?
They have different move sets, I think. They have different ultimate as well.
Yeah.
What's it called? Smash? God, I haven't played Smash in so long.
The Final Smash. is what
Final
it is.
Smash. Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch, so I keep thinking about Ultimate.
Yeah, I made that mistake a while ago.
I don't know. I thought it was a good, yes, everyone's going to go on about, it's an anime sword fighter, but, come on. Xenoblade getting some more, I don't know much about Xenoblade myself. It doesn't seem like my kind of game. Looking at it, I just don't care for it. But I know that Nintendo seems to really want to make it a bigger thing than it is.
Yeah.
Well, Xenoblade came out on the Wii, and they put it on 3DS, and then they put it out again on Switch, and then they gave it extra content, like a ton of, this whole new extra bit of campaign, and then, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade X, they just been supporting it so much, and not much has happened. It still doesn't sell. So I think putting it in Smash could make it a bigger thing than it is.
Well, they already put it in Smash. They did Shulk with the Wii U one, and then they've had a few.
Put it in Smash again. Just.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't like putting a lot of fighters for a franchise that's pretty small. Like having one fighter for Sonic and then two for Xenoblade. That's just ridiculous.
Technically, it's 3. They count Pyra and Mithra as different. Like they were like 79, 80. Those springs count up to 80 fighters. That's pretty good. That's pretty crazy.
The DLC pack is 6 fighters. Does this count as 2 of them or just 1?
No, I think it still counts as 1, but they count it as 2 on like the roster.
That's
when
weird.
they're counting the number of characters.
Do they count Pokemon Trainer as 3 different fighters?
No, I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
But I still think it's cool.
Yeah.
But given like all the other mind-blowing reveals they had, Joker, Banjo, Steve, like that slot could have gone to something that appealed to a lot more people. People were like, oh man, we could get Crash or Master Chief or whatever.
Just anyone that isn't very similar to the characters we've already seen. I just like having new franchises in Smash. Whenever it's from an old franchise, no matter how cool the fighter is, it's a little bit of like, oh, okay. Because it's not adding more to the diverse representation, is the word you could use, of Smash. It's just like, here's another one. That being said,
yeah.
I also want Waluigi, which Mario has like 10 fighters. So I guess I'm not
more really, really big news. What was it called? Yeah, here it is. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
Ooh.
And that's the big one. I hear fans have been waiting for this for a long time. The Nintendo Direct guy was so happy about it.
Yeah, he was really excited.
Why did they show this off? It looks like a mobile.
I think it is a mobile game.
It looks like a mobile game.
Is it a port of an already existing game, or is it a new one?
I don't know. I think it's a new one.
Is this like DC Supergirls Teen Power franchise? Is it a franchise? Or is this like
I don't think so. I think this is just a new thing, but it doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
Who are they trying to market this to? This seems like it would appeal to, a younger audience.
Yeah.
Younger audiences tend to be more casual. Casuals are not watching Nintendo Direct.
Well, maybe.
You could have just. This is the exact kind of thing that they could have just put out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And been like, hey, this is coming out.
Or just not talk about it at all. Just pretend it didn't exist and release it.
Yeah. I think that would have been better.
So, yeah.
Miitopia is coming.
I played Miitopia like one time on the 3DS, and I was like, that was boring. And now they're releasing it again for $50. So definitely gonna get that one, obviously.
Hey, at least it's not 60. No, it's terrible. Why are they releasing it for $50? This is.
I don't know. Was the first one?
But you can have a horse now, so I think that's at least $20 on there.
Yeah. Yeah. The Great Dark Lord stand. That's like another 20.
Great job. We're at $40, and then $10 for the portability. See, it's $50.
Right. Portability. I keep on forgetting.
Mario Golf as well. This is sort of connected. It looks fine.
Yeah. Probably the best announcement of the Direct, which is kind of embarrassing for them. I mean, besides like Splatoon 3, I guess, but that's like a year off. I don't think that even counts.
Speed Golf looks super fun though.
Yeah, that did look cool.
Hopefully the online works.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, but it looks fun. Like everyone's running around and you got the power-ups that you can use. Yeah. It looks like fun, and they have the Wii Sports Golf control.
Yes.
Like they're bringing back stuff from the Wii Sports thing. Like they have a campaign as well, like the old RPG sort of games where you can upgrade your skills, right? And you play as a Mii. And they brought Miitopia back. They're trying to bring Mii's back, I think.
I don't think so. They probably don't care. It's just a coincidence these two things happen to come back.
No, it can't be a coincidence. They're getting ready to announce Tomodachi Life 2.
No, it's gonna be Tomodachi Life HD for $60.
I'd buy that.
That's sad. I would
Oh
not
man,
buy that.
did you play Tomodachi Life?
No,
No, exactly. So you don't know.
yeah, I know nothing.
I'm sorry, but Tomodachi Life, wow.
That game's like Animal Crossing, right? Tomodachi Life, kind of.
Kind of. It's like you made Miis and you could do stuff with them. Got boring after a week, but it was still cool. It was still like, wow, they're really doing this. They had a news thing where the Miis would talk and they'd say like random news, and it was always pretty funny. But I don't know. I was pretty young back then. Anything was funny.
Yeah, so probably I don't think it's as good as you remember it being.
No, it's better than I remember it being.
Yeah,
That's impossible for it to get worse.
even better. It just got better with time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other big announcement, Skyward Sword HD.
Yeah.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah,
We all got what we wanted.
the 5 people that like Skyward Sword, I'm sure they're very happy.
Why did they do this? Like, it's a Wii game ported for $60.
Yeah, which by like Nintendo's own standards, and their standards are already like,
Even by their standards, it's bad.
yeah, because they made Mario Galaxy a third of a $60 collection, and now this Wii game is $60, which is like this, by their own standards, it's bad, and they have already very bad standards when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, by the industry standards, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
Like the Master Chief Collection, which is like 6 games, that's $20.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like $20.
This
and this is
direct,
one game
they had
hasn't even aged that well. I don't know.
Yeah.
And why did they choose this one? Like, at least put Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. At least those are games that a lot of people like.
Well,
did you see how he was talking about it too? We have to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, who was talking about it?
Eiji Aonuma. He's like the producer of the Zelda series.
Right.
He came out like it was everyone thought that they were going to talk about Breath of the Wild 2, but then they were just like, you're probably looking at me thinking we're going to get Breath of the Wild 2, and that was when everyone stopped thinking about Breath of the Wild 2, and everyone was like, what is he talking about now? Breath of the Wild 2 isn't happening, is it?
Did you really need to bring in the producer guy to talk about a port? I don't think that was very necessary.
I think he just likes to talk about everything, because he was there with the Age of Calamity stuff as well. So
I don't know. Maybe they were like, don't come on, producer guy. You're just going to make people think we're talking about Breath of the Wild 2. And he's like, no, I will tell them I'm not talking about Breath of the Wild 2. And then I will announce this port for $60.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
No, actually not. No one at Nintendo would actually try to not convince them. They'd be like, you want a port for $60? Wow. What a generous man.
Mm-hmm. He just really likes Skyward Sword. I think that's it.
And then he was like, oh, we have more news to reveal about Breath of the Wild 2 in 2021, which basically confirms it for me, at least. It's not coming out in 2021.
Yeah, everyone thought
we're going to get like a reveal somewhere, maybe E3 or in the holiday area, but it is not coming this year.
Everyone thought it was going to be revealed at this and then would come out later this year. But I guess not.
Very sad. And then they had Joy-Cons as well, which is just...
Right. Which would be cool, except they're probably going to drift and then... But the design
when they start drifting, then they'll get the real authentic experience, because on Skyward Sword, the controls didn't work either.
Ah, that's why they made Joy-Con drift. This was their plan.
They're really planning ahead.
Yeah.
You have to give them respect for that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that it looks really nice, but I'm like, I don't like it. It looks weird.
I think it looks
You have those little diamonds going out from the thing. Like, making Switch special editions must be hard, because there's not much room to work with. With the 3DS, you have the entire top. You could just put whatever you wanted on there.
Mm-hmm.
But here you have the back, which your hand is going to be on, and it has to fit inside the dock. And then you have the controllers, which have all these buttons, and it's hard. There's not much empty real estate to just put art on. It just doesn't look that great. I don't know. I don't like it. But then I guess, moving on to like the big reveal thing,
Yeah.
Splatoon 3. Wow.
Yeah. I do not like Splatoon 1 and 2. We've talked about this a lot. So I was not very excited about this. But did you like it?
I mean, of course, it's Splatoon. I like Splatoon. I know you don't. You despise the gyro aiming, and I don't like
Gyro
it that
or
much either.
gyro?
Gyro.
Yeah.
It depends. I'll flip a coin. I actually flipped a coin and decided. I like it. They got the whole chaos thing where everything is destroyed. They flip the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
They have a bow now. That's pretty cool. But overall, at the same time, I'm excited for it. It looks super cool. But I'm like, couldn't this have been like an expansion to Splatoon 2? Like Splatoon, online multiplayer games that are primarily focused on internet play, online, whatever. I feel like that's something that you just do once a generation. And I know, Call of Duty exists.
Yeah.
But it feels like something you just put once and then you just make like DLC for it or whatever. Or you update it.
Yeah, I feel like they're just going to split the player base with this one. Because now you have a bunch of people playing Splatoon 2 and then a bunch of other people playing Splatoon 3. Because not everyone...
I thought I had them pinned. I thought it was like, they're not going to announce Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Because, because when 2020, first started, they had that greeting card and it was like SOS. Everyone thought that was a teaser. It probably was, but then the pandemic hit and everyone was like, okay, maybe that's not happening. So I thought Nintendo was like, okay, we can't do this. We can't have Splatoon 3 coming out. We're going to hand that. We're going to work on Splatoon 2 because they said we're not going to have any more Splatfest. Then they started doing more Splatfest.
Well, it was like, just old Splatfest they were bringing back. It wasn't new topics.
At first. That's where I got you, though. That's where I got you. They had the Mario Splatfest.
Oh, right.
And that was new. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe they're going to keep supporting Splatoon 2. But no.
If they were to do a Zelda one, do you think it'd be Sword and Shield, like the Pokemon games?
I don't
do
know.
a 2-for-1. It's a Pokemon and Zelda Splatfest. Sword and Shield.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to do the same Splatfest twice. Once for Zelda, once for Pokemon.
Did you see the things that they jump off of at the beginning of the matches? They're coffee machines.
You thought it was going to be aerial combat.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, wow, you can shoot in the air. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
When we were talking about what we were watching, I don't know why I said that. How would you shoot ink in the air?
I don't know. That'd be horrible, but it's just a launching thing.
That's still cool. I still find it all right.
It's better than the normal way you enter in these games where you like start on your own end. This way you're like launched into a random part, and I think that's cooler. I think that's better.
Are you sure it's random?
Well, I think
you get to choose.
You get to choose. Yeah. But I feel like I get the feeling you don't really have much control.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I think maybe you have like a 1 second window to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. But I think it's a better way because it gets you closer to the other team faster. And starting off in the middle is way more fun because it's more chaotic rather than starting on your end and like the first 30 seconds of the game is just shooting at the ground to get to the other team. Yeah, that's good.
That's Splatoon 3. Now, moving on to one that I know that you're going to love.
Yes.
Project Triangle Strategy.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That's your favorite, isn't it?
Yeah. I just really, really like triangles. It's just my favorite shape. So when they announced this triangle strategy, I was like, ooh. Because this might be the best game since Three Houses. Because Three Houses was good. It just didn't have a triangle in it. Or maybe it did. I don't know. I didn't play it. I just really like it because of the 3 in the name. Because it's kind of like a triangle. But this one is actually, it's going to be all about triangles. Because they're going to keep Triangle Strategy as the name, like Octopath Traveler. But yeah, this just incredible.
But in all seriousness, I don't care for
Yeah.
these games.
Yeah.
It looks cool. The art style, especially, I still really like the art style. What an awesome thing they had.
So
They had this Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass.
right.
But I think half of everyone that watched the direct probably forgot about it because they just showed it for like 5 seconds and it was just a page, this wall of text.
I was considering pausing it to read it, but then it was like, no way, I want to stay live watching it. Also, I don't care because I don't even own Age of Calamity.
It's like, is Hyrule Warriors really worth it?
Yeah.
Is Hyrule Warriors really worth not seeing DC superhero girls the moment the world finds out about it?
Yeah. Like they clearly did not care about any kind of time limit because this was a 50-minute one. I think that's like the longest ever. So they probably just could have like shown the screen for a bit more or bring back that talking guy to tell us about what the DLC is. They just moved right on from it immediately. I still don't know what's in
They
it.
just showed the page, and then after that, they had Anuma just come on, and you're like, what you just saw was a page of text, and Breath of the Wild 2 is canceled.
I hate that guy that comes on to tell us exactly what we just saw, but I think in that specific situation, it would have been the best option. Because we don't know what the DLC is, so telling us about it is actually good.
Okay, I'm just going to breeze through all this really quickly. Yeah. Mario items in Animal Crossing. Who plays this game anymore?
Nobody. The pipe is cool.
The warp pipe is cool. It's actually functional.
I don't like Animal Crossing, but I mean, warp pipe is cool.
Yeah, Outer Wilds and Fall Guys coming to Switch. That Star Wars Hunters game.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a decent amount of stuff here.
Yeah, but forgettable stuff that nobody cares about. Like,
yeah, that's where we get to the main point of discussion. Was the direct a disappointment?
Hunters could be cool, but like they didn't show anything about it. They just said it's coming. I don't even know if it's a port or a new game because I didn't feel like searching it up. But I shouldn't have to. It should tell me if it's a new game or a port. And Fall Guys, that was fun for like a week back in August. It's dead now. I feel like this port is a little late. This would have been a good announcement for those partner showcases they did last year. This would have been good back then.
What do you think? Could this like reinvigorate it? Because I don't know. You have all, it's coming to Xbox in summer as well.
Oh.
So maybe when they, roll out some more content and then Xbox and Switch people start getting on, it could sort of have a resurgence. Or maybe not. Maybe everyone will be playing Among Us.
Yeah, still. If they do crossplay, I think Fall Guys would actually have a decent chance of coming back, but they won't do that. So it'll probably come back again just on Switch for like a week, and then everyone will forget about it again.
That kind of brings us to the main point.
Yes. Was
the direct a disappointment?
I'd say yes, but I'm kind of a pessimist, so that's not really fair. What do you think?
I'm gonna say no, because we got a lot of decent announcements. It's not for us, and we don't, like it. And a lot of people aren't gonna like the pricing of Miitopia and Skyward Sword. But at the same time, we got, Splatoon, we got Mario Golf, we got that kind of, we got all that stuff. It was a regular direct. I think the main problem is the context, right? Like we haven't had a major announcement in, major direct in 500 days. Everyone is just waiting. So if this, if Nintendo had been doing directs for the past year and they just put the exact same direct out today, nobody would have flinched. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's just a normal direct. We got a couple announcements, some, a few that made everyone mad, and then, some fluff, and that's a normal direct. But people were just expecting a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, context, it's important when you're talking about whether something's a disappointment. And this was being treated as like the revival of the Nintendo Direct, even if that's not really true. Yeah, and it was kind of a disappointment for that because it kind of got this feeling of like you didn't really need to bring back directs for this. It wasn't really necessary because you didn't really have enough to make it worth it.
And it's like, how much of this stuff, because before, I think this direct was pretty similar to previous directs we've had. We've had good directs, but
Besides
most of the time
length.
they've just been okay, right? It was pretty similar to other directs we've had, but now that we have, them tweeting out all these major announcements, right? Just putting them out there on Twitter with no, warning before. It's like, how much of this could have just been in a tweet? How much of these could have been announced more spread out on Twitter? And how much of this even needed to be put in a direct or tweeted at all? How much of these could have just been put on the eShop without any fanfare or whatever?
I actually prefer the tweeting strategy where they would just tweet trailers for random stuff. So this was especially disappointing for me because I was like, I like that strategy better. And this wasn't enough to make the old strategy worth coming back to. So I honestly kind of hope they go back to the just tweeting out trailers for stuff.
I like direct.
Yeah.
I know you like it because it's like, oh, we could get anything any day now. But I like just being able to sit down for like an hour, half an hour, and just consume media, just sit there and get a ton of announcements, even if nobody actually cares about them, even if I'll forget half of them after, just sitting down and getting like two or three things, two or three big things at once. Like, wow. I just like that. And the anticipation behind one, like everyone was going crazy when they announced it.
Yeah. So, do you think directs are back for good now?
I think it's a hard question because the tweets worked for them. Like every single game announcement, like got its own little press sort of like, what's it called? It got its own little like bubble of hype,
Yeah.
Like everyone, Pikmin 3, right? How many people would have cared about Pikmin 3? There probably would have been a lot of people that cared about Pikmin 3. But if you put Pikmin 3 and like, I don't know, Mario Odyssey 2 in the same direct, Pikmin 3 is going to get forgotten. Like so much stuff in the directs just get forgotten. But even if they're pretty big franchises, right? But with each tweet, each thing gets the spotlight,
Yeah. So do you think they'll do one when E3 comes around? Because they are doing E3 this year, right?
Yeah, E3. They didn't do one last year, but last year it's pretty weird. I think they'll do one when E3 comes around. I think they'll do some more, I think they'll continue to do a mix. Like E3 time, once E3, they'll do a big direct,
Yeah.
I think they'll do like a nice direct, but they're going to keep doing Twitter stuff for smaller things. Like, what do you think they're going to do?
I agree with that. They'll probably do the E3, but then for the second half of the year, I think they're going to cut the direct they normally do in fall around September, and I think they'll just do the tweeting strategy.
Yeah, I think they could cut down like they used to do. It was almost like basically quarterly, so I think they could do it like twice a year, and then that's it.
Yeah.
The rest over tweets.
Probably one in January, and then one at E3, and then the rest tweets.
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that about wraps it up.
I agree with that. I have nothing more to say about Nintendo Directs.
All right, just the last segment.
Yeah.
What are we playing? I have been playing Overwatch. Got it a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
What a great game.
Yes.
I main Bastion. He's so easy to play.
Bastion is the worst character. Not like he's bad, it's just annoying.
No, yeah, he is. Okay. He really is. Like, I love playing Bastion and just sitting somewhere and shredding everyone. But whenever I find a Bastion, I just hate it. I'm like, this guy is trolling. Look at him.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
I just hate the Bastion with a passion. But at the same time, it's really fun to play.
Yeah,
And then I started playing Hitman.
Yes.
It's fun, but I'm no good at it.
Yeah, well, that's the one I was really excited to talk to you about, because Hitman, probably one of my favorite games of all time. So when you started playing it, I was like, oh, we could actually finally talk about it now. What level are you on?
I started playing. I only started playing a few days ago. So I've still been trying to figure out, the tutorial levels. I've been doing those a couple times. I am on the first level. I think it's Paris, right?
Paris.
And I have not been able to get it.
Really?
I've just been sort of snooping, scoping out the area and figuring out, okay, this is what I could do, this is what I could do, and then I just restart, and then I try it.
Have you been playing with mission stories on?
What?
Mission stories?
That's the problem. I don't know anything about Hitman. I don't know what mission stories are. I don't know.
Really? Thought it explained that in the tutorial. All right, never mind. How are you playing then? Just scouting around and like?
Yeah, I just like go around, and if somebody tells me I can't go somewhere, I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm not going there.
Mm.
I have to find some guy that I can kill and get his thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm not good at it. I'll probably get better. It seems really fun. Yeah. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Control, the 2019 game. I've been playing the Ultimate Edition they released on PS Plus this month. Yeah, I started that earlier this week. It's all right. Like, I like the combat. It's just the story is kind of confusing so far. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I think it's
How far
intentional. There are 10 main missions, I believe. I'm on the 5th one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
PS Plus has been on fire lately. Like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, too much stuff to play because of PS Plus. I keep on getting like one thing every month.
And I think you recently beat Thumper, right?
Yes, that is the other thing. I beat that last week, I want to say. It was pretty short, but it was really good because I haven't played rhythm games that much, or at least not in a while. So it was good to play one, and it was actually really good and really fun. Thumper is weird because it has a little bit of like I don't want to say horror because it's not scary, but it has like a dark tone, which is weird to say about rhythm game. But like you have these bosses that you fight and they're just huge and kind of scary looking. It's fun. It's really good.
All right, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, this has been the Start Select podcast. Thank you for listening.